I let my water bottles defrost. Look at this. It's just maximum file size 4 gigabytes. So lame, so lame. All right. Well, like I said, I let all my stuff defrost. So I got my nice water bottles ready to go. But funny enough, did y'all? Well, I'm pretty sure y'all know now, but I didn't notice. But having cold water like this and opening it, it's almost like opening a shaken soda. I had no idea. I opened that joint up, the thing exploded on me. Pause. But yeah, though. And this phone, this is my old Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus. This joint, this phone is better than the S9. Somebody gave me this phone, this Galaxy S9. So I don't know if it's just like some cheap bullshit, but this phone is so bad. Like I don't even get like notifications. Like so, I don't know if somebody hacked my phone. Well, I mean, if somebody hacked my phone 100%, I wouldn't be on it. But I don't know if my phone is compromised. I don't know if it has a virus. So all that type of shit. You feel me? So excuse me for looking dusty. I didn't shower all day. I didn't shower. I didn't. I did brush my teeth though. I did brush my teeth. So you know, if I don't, I can't tell if it looks yellow on the. For some, like I said, I don't know cameras and all that. So I used to work cameras and all that, but not like a photographer and all that type of stuff. I don't know the education, no aspect of it. You know, there's the noodles that I ate. Also, like I said, y'all should be doing 10-pound weights. All that type of stuff. Because if y'all look at Naruto, like there's a lot of truth in that stuff. The homie Rock Lee, he used to have like these weights that he would have on his arms and legs, and once he took them off, he would look like Sonic, and that's an understatement. He would be like he'd be like extremely fast, and then if he opened his chakra gates, I was talking about the seven chakra points in the body. He unlocked all of them, but like on a very very high level, and he turns like red and everything. So he's pretty much teleporting and everything. I used to look at those. Well, not look, but I used to hear about these fights between different anime characters. They would be like Goku versus Rock Lee, or One Punch Man against Goku, or something like that. You know, because they have like different power levels and all that. And they have somebody from this anime called Jujutsu Kaisen and all that. But like I said, I don't look at that stuff no more. It's so much anime, and like I said, I like the what is it? Like I don't really want to look at the show, but I like the aura, I like the characters, I like the storyline. But just sitting there watching an anime in 2026, it's just ugh. And then once again, it's so many of them. You don't know like you don't know what's the best ones and all that. Because just because y'all say it's good doesn't mean it's good. You feel me? And then they be having like 5 seasons and all that type of shit. And just for y'all to say like a lot of these shows that I was gonna look at, Attack on Titan, mm, The Promised Neverland, all these type of shows, y'all be saying the endings are like shit. You know what I mean? Even The Walking Dead, I heard that wasn't a good ending. Like it's so many like and see I subconsciously know that these shows aren't good, even though I used to watch them a long time ago. But I hate how they drag it. You know what I'm saying? I hate how they drag the show along, almost like One Piece. But y'all claim One Piece is good though, so you know. Like I said, I used to look at. I didn't even know they had this many seasons. I used to look at this stuff when I was a kid. So y'all looking at this stuff now is like, you know what I mean? Like I said, I kind of outgrew all that stuff. Like I love the characters and everything, like the homie with the like that teal hair, like the green with the two swords and all that. I see Monkey D. Luffy and all that stuff. Like he was like gold. Well, I don't wanna misspeak, but he was like golden now, and I didn't know he was that like strong and all that. I didn't know he had all that type of superpowers. And I love talking about anime and all that. Like I love Inuyasha. I love all that stuff. But what's it called? Lupin the Third. I didn't get to finish that. I still never seen Ghost in the Shell. I never seen Cowboy Bebop. All that stuff, man. So, like I said, I may just turn this joint off, and I may just go into my little own anime world, video game world. Cause funny enough, I know I'm gonna get crucified for this, but I really didn't even play GTA 5. I mean, I played the online, so like, cause as soon as I got GTA 5, I went immediately online. I didn't play the story. I didn't make it past, when they, I didn't mean to say but Lamar and Franklin, they took the cars. Like in the second mission, the third mission. You remember when they go to that little Simeon? I think that's his name. And you repo the cars and all that. I got to about that level or mission, and I just said fuck it. I went right to I went right to GTA Online. And funny enough, but I promise you, I was really in it though. GTA Online, I bought so many shot cards, man. I can't show y'all because I don't have any. I don't have my game systems. But I had three PlayStation 4s, and I had about two Xbox Ones. So don't quote me on that, but I had a few of them because I had the World War II PlayStation 4. I showed y'all my PS4, this one, the 500 gigabytes. That was the last one I ever paid for. That was $500 just for me to sell it for 100. And I really had to go on my way for that one too. That was pretty rough. I had to I had to go to a whole nother state to get that because everything was sold out at the time. I had to go to the Target in either Alexandria or Arlington. Like I don't go to VA like that, so I don't really know 100%. But it wasn't too far, but it was like a good 20-30 minute drive. You feel me? So, and a quick story time with that, they had this app called Let Go and Offer Up. Like I got scammed like twice. They trolled the shit out of me. Like they said they had the PlayStation. I drove all the way down there, then they stopped responding to me. So I was pissed. So I don't even. That's why I don't even use Let Go and all that stuff no more. But I used to buy a lot of stuff. Like I used to sell things. Like that's why I had a plug chain. I used to sell sneakers and all that. So the app was legit. It's just like I said, the internet now is so trolly, scammy, and degenerate. Pretty much the dark web now. So it's like it's not. I don't really trust that type of stuff. Like I would love to sell some of my clothes now, but it's like some places, like you click on it, they'll be like, "Let's meet up in Southeast." I'm like, not that I'm scared, but it's like it's obviously a setup. But sometimes it's not because I've been out there. I remember I went out to. I don't even want to get the neighborhoods mixed up, but I went out DC. I sold some shoes, and it was cool. But nowadays, I got my Robin jeans and True Religions, and I can't really afford to somebody rob me. I gotta, I'm gonna have to sit out there for a while, and hopefully I make it back. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much. I kind of wanted to do a video on me coloring, and also want to show how much how much marijuana I had over the years. Shout out Fade Company, shout out Rhythm, shout out Wiz Khalifa, his Khalifa Kush, that type of stuff. You know, I highly recommend these things. Like all this stuff is very expensive, man. All this stuff is $65 for a 3.5 gram of marijuana, and that's just for the weed. We don't. Talk, I don't drink alcohol, but a lot of people like to drink alcohol, and I had the edibles. I do weed edibles and all that, but I can't. I don't eat that stuff now. I don't like a lot of stuff is banned in other places now, as well as at the tobacco store. I used to buy all the stuff all the time, and it's all gone. So I thank God that I was able to really have fun with all this stuff before it got illegal again. There was so much sugar in it. it didn't taste like an edible. It was just sweet. It tastes like a candy. And they recommended that you only eat two every a couple hours or something. But I was like, what? Fuck that. So I used to eat them. I used to eat them so much, and like the gumminess, it literally cracked my tooth. Like I could see it. I literally cracked my tooth eating, eating a gummy. So my tooth was kind of exposed. You feel me? And that's how that happened. Not the I wasn't eating the edible, but a long time ago I used to eat so much sweets and drink a lot of soda and all that stuff. So and I had to get something called a root canal, and that was a crazy procedure. They had to like numb my mouth. They had to put like these needles on my whatever my lips, like to numb it and everything. And they shaved my tooth down. So like this is a permanent tooth. So and this for this gold tooth, that's $1,200, 1,200. So very very nice. I know a long time ago I used to want to have like all gold teeth, like because I was looking at Florida culture, I was looking at Texas culture, Houston culture to be exact. And I used to love the candy paint cars. That's when Kodak Black was just starting to come out. So, like I said, he doesn't. I mean, he still does that type of stuff now, but he's not like cool anymore. That's why it's important to be a hater, so you can really hold these people up to their accountability and the standards. Because if you want to look at everybody, you wouldn't know what's cool. So yeah, man, I may just look at some anime, play some not play some video games, but I may watch the homie Rad Brad play some video games because I like streamers that don't really talk in their gameplay per se, but I like the little extra commentaries. Like that would probably be the only live streaming thing I do. It's probably video games because I like the way how I play video games. Like a lot of people don't really know how like to do cinematics and all that type of stuff. They play the game too fast. Some people play the game like they try to cheat it. You know, as well as they're not playing on the hardest difficulty. Like I play on legendary, realistic, nightmare modes, that type of stuff. Like realism. I used to play Left 4 Dead 2, Call of Duty, stuff like that. Splinter Cell, all those cool things. Splinter Cell Conviction to be at that, as well as the Deniable Ops. So, like I said, they don't really make cool games like that anymore, so I don't really see a need to really rush all this stuff. And I got to buy all the streaming equipment and all that. And I'm playing on this little ass TV. I can't. I mean, I can play on it, but you know, I used to have a I used to have a 55-inch TV that cost $500. It was an LG joint, and it was so nice. I used to play on video games. I used to have my Spotify. It was very very fun. And speaking of that, I meant to say I was going to listen to some music too. You know, because y'all see how it's all silent and everything. If I wasn't on my phone, I would just be sitting in silence like this. Letting my mind clear and all that good stuff. It's very very healthy because that's how it's supposed to be in your room. I like my family. They like to have the TV on. They cut the radio on. I'm like, ugh. And then a lot of that stuff is like frequency, and I'm like an empath, so I can like feel that stuff. It's like, you know. And then I play the drums, and I'm a musician, so it's like I can really hear the stuff. Because I'd be like, I don't tell them that anymore. I tell them that it's too loud and all that stuff, and they'd be like, it's not loud. I'm like, how y'all gonna tell me what's loud and what's not? You know what I'm saying? Like they're not the one that's like downstairs or upstairs. They be having that stuff blasting all over the house. And if I had a roommate, I'd be pissed. I can't imagine paying $1,500 to have the same type of lifestyle and living with somebody else. I'd be pissed. You know, because I used to love living with just my dad, but my stepmom, she's such a it's annoying as fuck. Like I thought y'all were playing around with that type of stuff Like how y'all said like black women are loud and they're inconsiderate and selfish and all that. I thought y'all were bullshitting. Like she's like really really annoying. And that's why I hate to say this, but that's why y'all aren't getting married to rich men because I don't want to consider myself rich, but I have a rich man mindset. I have a wealthy mindset. I just have to find the industry to go to. But it's like we work so hard and we work all day. We'd like this peace, like what they say, keep the peace and everything. It's like they almost do it on purpose in a way. And then, like I said, everything has been exposed that they secretly hate men, and I already told her that I don't like her and all that stuff. Like literally, I told her, I said I don't like you and all that. I told her all that stuff. So it's like it's kind of tension in the house, but I don't pay attention to it. So man, I feel so hungry. I may make those noodles. And my car's down right now. I would love to drive to Chipotle or something, but like I'm down on my last bits of money and all that, so I can't really afford to just spend, spend, spend. And I remember a long time ago, Chipotle, they used to. I remember a long time ago they used to have that thing lined up, and they still have like a long lines and everything. But that's probably why they have them on every corner now. Chipotle used to be one of the most popular things out, but then it used to come out saying they had like E. coli and all this other weirdo stuff. So that's why you can't really eat all that stuff nowadays. But that was a long time ago though. But if you look at Taco Bell, they had the little some type of parasite in their food and all that stuff. Man, I'm just like, ugh. I'd rather just learn how to cook. But then even that's a red flag. You feel me? Because you cook it the wrong way, you get like parasites and the thing amoebas and all that stuff. So it's like, ugh. I'd rather just eat once a day, nice and healthy, and we just go from there, man. Yeah. And during the pandemic, I made so much art. Like it was really fun. I recommend y'all make your own art, like create your own stuff. Like that says Mason Margiela. I like all the fashion stuff. This is Nomad, what is it? Nomad Cartier. Playboy Cardi's name used to be Sir Cartier, and that's my twin. My twin all the way in Atlanta. So I'm trying not to go to that cookout. I'm like, hey, can I get some food? Like yeah, if y'all could see that, let me show you. It says 1:26:20. Like I made sure I wrote all that stuff down because it's such a specific time. And I'm 28 now, but if y'all check this out, 22. Because my birthday was November 20. My birthday is November 22nd, and just so happened GTA 6 comes out when again? That's what November 19th. So, and I believe that the Xbox Series X comes out around that time too, right? Allegedly, I think they're even doing a Xbox. Aren't they doing an Xbox premiere thing on the like on the 28th or 25th or something like that? So, and there's rumors. There was rumors before they announced that they possibly may be doing the pre-orders for that Xbox 25th anniversary. And I have, they said that thing costs $899. I have zero. I have zero, my nigga. So it's like I was trying to do all these videos, but you know I'm so disappointed. But it is what it is, though. I still have time to go get it, and it's not even like the best of the. That's a little piece of hair fell off. I thought someone was crawling on me, but I like I said, I already played all these video games. If I would have bought an Xbox Series X, I would have been playing the same games I would have been playing on my Xbox One that I sold. You know, because before I sold everything, my main games were Call of Duty. Mortal Kombat 11, Rainbow Six Siege, Destiny 2, and then I had a Xbox 360, and I was playing Left 4 Dead 2 and Black Ops 1 Zombies, as well as Splinter Cell Conviction, the novel ops and all that. So I really had all my games set, man. Like you don't, like I said, you only need a certain amount of video games to play because we don't really have time to play video games like that. So I made a video a long time ago saying the benefits of certain video games and all that. So I did all of that stuff, man. You know, I made all these cool videos and they didn't go nowhere. But then a kid gets his ass whooped by his mom and get kicked out. He blows up just like that. So it is what it is, man. Like I said, that's not really. Like I said, I don't think this is my life path. So I'm going. I'm gonna go ahead and be an entrepreneur. I'm going into the STEM fields and all that good stuff. So we moving forward, man. Like I said, I don't really have time to be. I'm 28. I'm about to be 29. You feel me? I don't really got time to be playing around no more. This is a crazy strain. I recommend this one. This is wild. This one right here. It's that Curio Wellness. Yeah, they really had that on lock, man. That was a really really good strain. So, so yes indeed. So like I said, I recommend everybody stop like being on social media. After y'all look at my videos, y'all should really just get off this joint, man. I ain't gonna lie. So, so yeah, we can just end it right there. Well, I'll see y'all. I'll see y'all at the premiere GTA 6 on Thursday, 3 p.m. GTA 6, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You feel me? So thank God for being on the East Coast. It's going to be strictly on Netflix. So y'all enjoy. And we just go from there, man. I don't I don't really know what to do with this channel anymore, so I don't want to keep making all these extra videos, but it's cool. It's cool to make these little videos. And we just go from there, man.